Staying off-grid, there are two things that you really have to worry about: power and water. And if you want to stay a long time, you need both. But we definitely have fixed one of those issues. We've added a hidden water tank that more than doubles how much water we can carry in the van. Our 2023 Revel has a water tank inside here, and it's all stored in this. There's 21 gallons in there. On the other side is the whole power system. You would think 21 gallons is quite a lot, but in actuality, not so much, especially if you're brushing your teeth, taking showers, doing dishes, washing hands. I mean, just this much. You end up going through a lot of water quickly. This was a simple upgrade that really anyone could do. It took us from 21 gallons to 49 gallons. That's a pretty big difference.
There's a couple big bonuses about this water tank. It fits right under here where the spare tire normally goes. 90% of adventure vans, you've got your spare tire on the back of the door here, so it totally frees up that space. And then the other big bonus of this is you don't actually have to fill that tank if you're not gonna need to use that water. You're only adding 28 pounds of extra weight just for the tank itself. If you look under here, you can see the tank doesn't protrude past like where the tire basket is. So you're not gonna have to worry about clearance and especially departure angle. Now, if you compare this upgrade to some of the other van upgrades, this is like super inexpensive. The whole thing I think was under $400. And if you're dealing with something like this, you're dealing with a whole extra zero, like $4,000. On the grand scheme of van upgrades, this thing is cheap. When this tank is completely full, you've added about 250 pounds to your van. And this thing sits super low, which keeps your center of gravity down, which is perfect if you're driving off-road. To give you a quick overview, these tanks are completely separate. They're not tied together, but it's actually pretty easy to get water from the bottom tank up into the top tank. Just to go over this is where you fill the top tank, and then where you fill this bottom tank, right next to our airline right here, is where we fill the bottom tank. If you're thinking about adding a water tank under the van, there's a choice you do have to make. There's two companies, two different water tanks. We ended up going with the 28-gallon tank, and that's made by Northwest Conversions. They make all sorts of different tanks. They also had free shipping, which I really liked. There is also a 35-gallon tank, and I believe that's by another company I'll put up in here. There were two reasons why we picked the 28-gallon tank. The first one is we read all the reviews. People seem to gravitate towards the 28-gallon for whatever reason. They seem to like that one better. You also have to take into consideration the weight factor versus like how much do you actually need. We're already gonna over double our water, and I thought the 28-gallon was gonna be big enough. Since this tank isn't plumbed into the main tank, it makes the fitting super easy. It's basically two 90-degree elbows, and then you're just coming out with your vent line and your fill line. Let's get a little more detail of how we connected the parts down here. This whole bracket right here is made by Agile Off-Road, and we originally bought it. We didn't actually order it with the secondary hole. We just wanted the airline, but they sent us the wrong part. So we ended up using it. And so the airline or the water ends up coming out here. We opted to put a valve on the vent line, and primarily this water tank sits underneath there, and I just can't get over it of possibly having an open vent line and dirt just continuously feeding itself in there. And that's why we have it in that corner. And so obviously when you're filling and taking water out, you just open up that vent line. One thing I want to point out is these are not the final fittings. We just have these lying around, and we kind of wanted to see how we would work with this system. Now, if you want the easy button for hooking all this up, Agile Off-Road makes a kit, and there's two different flavors. One, they actually put a fill point on your floor here, and it goes right into the tank on the top. Otherwise, you can fill down here, but they even make a transfer hose that goes from there to there. How do you actually get the tank in there? There's two places on the back bumper, here and right here. And if you pop those covers off, there's two bolts. You basically unscrew those. And what that does is it loosens up the bracket on the bottom so you can take all these little hooks off, and then that will lower the basket down. Once that basket is down, all you got to do is put your 90-degree elbows in and then get your hoses ready. You have to install the vent hose on the top of the tank, and then you slide that tank up into the basket. The hardest part of this install is actually when you get that basket pushed back up and the tank pushed back up in place. It's a pretty tight fit, and I had Kelly hold the bottom of the thing, and I just muscled it in there. Then you need to come back and tighten these bolts, and that's super important because that will keep those hooks that are holding the tank up from basically coming unhooked while you're driving. The last thing you have to do is figure out how you're gonna attach to your bracket and then zip tie up your hoses. Now there's two ways we fill this. If we're on a pressurized system, I'll just use one of these simple RV filters. And really this is just getting the chunks out of the water. We wanna keep this thing as clean as possible and just attach it directly down there. Now, if we're on a system that is non-pressurized, if you're transferring from a lake, a stream, a bucket of water, we've got this ARX Plus system, which we've been using. It actually works really well. Now, when it comes time to transfer water from this tank to this tank, there's two ways of doing it. The awesome part is the Revel has a way of siphoning water into the tank. You attach to our water tank down here, and then we will attach this side directly into the Revel. And what we need to do is there's an option called sanitize, and it says siphon to tank via water pump. So we'll do that. Before we start to transfer, we need to open up our valves. We'll open up our air vent, and then we'll open up this water tank valve. Now we can just turn on our pump. You can actually hear it starting to suck water from the bottom tank into the main tank. Let's look and see how full we are. Okay, so it says we're at 1/3. So we need, I don't know, probably 15 gallons in there. All right, once you see water starting to come out the overflow of the Revel's main tank, you know it's ready to be turned off. To give you an idea on transfer speed, that took about 15 minutes, maybe just a smidge longer. I think the limiting factor is it's coming out a fairly small, I think it's a 1/2-inch port on that bottom tank. But as long as you're not in a hurry, that actually works really well. The second way to transfer the water would be to use a system like this, the ARX, or a DIY system. And basically you're gonna do the same thing as you did with this, except you're gonna polish the water with this. So we would just hook our inlet hose to here and run it through this system. It's gonna pump it in to here.
Let's go over how we're gonna use this and maybe give you some ideas in case you want to. So our number one thing is for longer trips and trips that we know there isn't gonna be access or easy access to water. We can fill that baby up and we'll have plenty of water. And the second use, not using it at all. We have it there if we need it, but we don't have to use it. Because you know it's going to be adding extra weight from that water, and that turns using extra diesel for driving, but we know that we have it if we do need to use it. We use a portable RO system to filter our drinking water right into our little keg. And this is going to make it much easier to deal with filtering instead of using the main tank in the van. What this changes for us is definitely gives us more off-grid days and a little bit less stress about water usage. Also the flexibility of where we're getting water. If we see one that's kind of sketchy, we might be able to pass that one up and try to go to the next one. This is probably one of the most practical van upgrades we've done. It certainly hasn't made it very cool looking because heck, you can't even really see it, but it definitely is the most useful. We're curious, what normally runs out for you first, power or water? Thanks again to all of our YouTube members. We really appreciate it. You can go watch this video next. You can find us at exploretrekadventure.com, and we'll see you next time.